Hey, how's it going? I need 5x5, please. Audio and visual check. I need to make sure you can see and hear me before we can continue with the live stream. So yes, it's all getting warmed up now. Let's see. Hopefully it works. Right, Liz, an Alpha Kilo Prepper. That's you, Nick. Cool, 5x5, brilliant. Spot on. We can continue then. So yes, what is the topic for today's morning live stream? Yeah, it's pretty shocking actually, because I don't know how much we all know about how bad this really is. Because like we've all coming to realise, we can only really observe our own life in our own little areas, in our own little towns, cities. I used to live in a city just outside Portsmouth, and I would wake up, I would get in my car, I would drive to work, I'd come home. So I don't really see that much in the city. Maybe if I wanted to pop to the high street on a Saturday afternoon or something like that, I'll go down there. That would be my own pretty much worldview of my own area. And of course, like I say, we are all completely different. We're all split up all over, not just the UK, but in the world, wherever you guys are watching. I'll tell you what, I haven't done this for a while, but let's do this while we're warming up. So we're going to go into the chat real quick and see just about where you guys are watching from. It's currently midday noon in the UK, so it's probably really early for the Americans. It's probably really late for the Australians. So nonetheless, it'd be interesting to see where you guys are from. Well, sorry, where you guys are watching from. Okay, so I'm not going to read anyone's names out. We're just going to be here all day. So we got someone in Wales, Holland, Manchester, Newcastle, Cornwall, Devon, Scotland, Ipswich, Leeds, John Farley. John Farley. Darling, what's the name of that guy we saw at the prep movie, the family from Leeds? I forget his name. Right, okay, so it's not that guy. No worries. Good memory there. Ian's in Thailand. George is over in Deutschlander. I don't know where Scarbados is. No idea. Mansfield, Northampton, Vegas, Devon, Skegness. Oh, sorry about that. Sussex, USA, Birmingham. Interesting, because there's two places which I've just read out: Birmingham and Cornwall. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about Birmingham and Cornwall, more than everyone else. But that's good. So we've got a good selection of people all over the place. Perth. Is that Scotland or Australia? That's by someone called D. No more, no less. Faye, Merseyside, calm down. Hey, calm down. Thailand, the mighty Skeg Vegas. I can only assume you mean Skegness. There must be a local thing. Wakefield, Essex, West Bromwich, Oklahoma, Lincolnshire, Derby. So it's pretty cool. Slave to no man, John. Good to see you. And Ian's over in Australia. So, all right, that's good. That's really good, because what that gives us is quite a broad spectrum about where everyone's from. So let me just go straight into it. So we're going to look. We've covered this before. Right, here we go. So what are we talking about? Yes, these guys. Ha ha ha. So look at this. Right, 5 days ago, as you can see here, it says these are the latest figures. But I remember talking about these figures early this year and at the end of last year. This hasn't changed. I highly suspect this figure has gone up, right? So around 1.2 million long-term migrants, not immigrants, migrants arrived in the UK 2023. So lots of people left. Look at that. Over 500,000 people left the UK just in 2023. Do you think that's factual? Do you think that's inflated bullshit? Is it the truth? Well, the bottom line is this comes from the ONS, the Office of National Statistics, which is government and it's not impartial. So take of that whatever you will. Personally, when I see figures that a government have released or the BBC, I usually double it and add some more because that seems to be more truthful than what they're actually saying. So look at it. In 1 year, 1.2 million migrants came into the UK. Now, what have we seen? What have we seen since then? We have reported on this. If you're new to this channel, let me come out of the chat. It's really crazy, just buzzing like that. So if you're new to the channel, right, it's up to you. If you want to find time and look through the videos that I've done, great, because I'm not going to be repeating them. I've spoken about this for at least 2 years now and foreseeing the problems, and the problems are happening. So it doesn't take much of a genius to see at the amount of influx of migration into the UK, whether it's legal, illegal, refugees, asylum seekers, whatever you want to say. We are specifically talking about male-only migrants between the ages of 15 to about 40 years old. We are just talking about these migrants. We're not talking about women, kids, adults, cats and dogs, all the rest of it. We're not talking about those because that, from what we are seeing in real time on our streets, that particular category of migration is honestly, it's less than 2% of what we are talking about. The 98% of these male onlys, and they're everywhere. They are everywhere. We have been reporting on so many different categories of crime. It just seems, and we've always reported on this as well, there just doesn't seem to be enough police in the UK to deal with the rate of crime that's rising. It's soaring, and so is poverty. Everything price-wise is going up. We are all struggling. Everyone's in the same boat. It's very, very difficult to get by in this day and age, all by design. Okay. What the powers that be, whoever they are, no one can prove anything because their real identities are hidden. We don't even know who they are. Okay. So all of the Bill Gates and all of the Klaus Schwabs, trust me, these guys haven't got power. They are giving us the illusion that they have. It's the people that are telling them what to do who we never get to see. Those are the real people. And these are the real people who are to blame for all of the changes and disruption and upheaval that we have been witnessing, especially for the last 4.5 years, especially. So you could probably say that the Western world has been in gradual decline since the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever you want. But it's undeniable that in the last 4.5 years, it's been super crazy. And like we are realizing, this is all by design. Everything is by design. Do you think there are so many coincidences? That's just coincidence. It is not. It really is not. And the more you become aware, the more you look at things and you think, hold on a minute, how many times are you going to say to yourself, wow, what a coincidence. Wow, what are the odds on that happening? What are the chances of this? How many more times have you got to say that for so many things for it to sink in that no, this isn't a coincidence. All of this is happening by design, by a plan. The K plan, if you will. Some people say that. Well, you can say what you like, of course you can. But we are talking about the tents and the homelessness, right? Because this is being unreported on purpose, okay? Like I say, the truth is out there, and it's only down to people like myself and others who have got a YouTube channel. The following's growing so we can reach a bigger audience. Incidentally, if you can please thumbs up, share this on WhatsApp and Facebook especially, it really helps because they don't want me talking about this stuff. It's true. Go ask the locals in the chat, they'll tell you. Shadow banning is very real. They've seen their comments disappear. They've become unsubscribed. So if you can share it, it really helps. Because when people go around and use their phone, buy a camcorder, whatever it is they want to use, and they can video real footage, not AI, fake, deep fake, leaked, mainstream media, tweeted bullshit, filterized lies crap. We're talking real stuff. This is just a cheap webcam. I'm sat down talking to a camera. I haven't got enough money to do the high-end, professional, polished stuff, etc. So kudos to people like myself. I ain't got much money to go out there and record and report what's really going on. So this we're going to look through is happening in Dublin, over in Ireland. We've reported about the bad stuff that's been going on over the last couple of months. So we're going to watch this together, and we're just going to see what it is I'm talking about these tents popping up everywhere.
All right, Kevin. All right, folks, we're back here at the Grand Canal, and it's the left.
Right, as you can see, that's just one small glimpse about what's going on out in Dublin. So if you guys are anyone watching right now, if you're in Dublin, can you share this with some of your fellow Dubliners or anywhere in Ireland? To be honest, we've done a lot on this channel to share the views and the thoughts and the feelings of the people of Ireland, because that is a European country and they are being censored big time. This is what this Keir Starmer idiot wants to do with the UK. He wants to make it back into Europe again. So if that happens, well, all I'm saying is expect mass civil unrest, because the overwhelming majority of the UK doesn't want anything to do with Ireland. Sorry, Europe, because of how appalling it's been run and how it's been set up. So yeah, it's crazy. So we talked about that. Right. If I believe, yes. So we had a few people in the chat from Cornwall. Lovely part of the world, Cornwall, but it's changing. And if you guys living in Cornwall watching this, share this video with friends that live in Cornwall, because we want input into the live stream and in the chat. Sorry, the comment section under the video. That would really, really help. So look at this. This is new. What I'm doing there, because so many people doubt me and take the piss. This is today. Okay, the 20th of August, Tuesday, 2024. Look what just dropped today. Okay, we are losing our town. Terrified locals in Cornwall, the poorest town, say Pod Home Estate is a crime-ridden hellhole where drugs are rife and people walk around covered in feces. Really? Well, it says here the 17th of August, and it was updated a few hours later. Okay, so that's for people who, rightly so, call me out if I made a mistake. So yes, this is 3 days old. Locals, residents in the poorest town are pleading to council chiefs to remove homeless pods, and it's turned into a no-go zone. So this is a place called Camborne. Okay, Camborne in Cornwall seems to be getting a really bad reputation with street drinking and drug addicts gathering have scared off visitors. Sorry, I thought that was scarfed, because people are covering their faces. The 18-person site was opened in the town centre car park 3 years ago to reduce the number of homeless who occupy hotels and B&Bs. Well, isn't it a coincidence that we've had lots of hotels and B&Bs being turned over to hold migrants? I wonder if these have been filled up with migrants and, should we say, UK nationals being housed in these pods. They just look like porta cabins to me. Pod's just a posh word. Look, they've all got TVs in there. I can't. Do you know what? That looks like a prison to me. Who would want to live in a box with a TV? That's just torture, really. But nonetheless, antisocial behaviour has escalated in 3 years since the pods have been in place. So if any of you guys live in Camborne or in Cornwall and you've gone past and you stopped to have a look around this, and maybe you spoke to some of the people who live there, it'd be interesting to know what it's really like. This is just a report by a local rag. And you're going to see the same old thing about drug abuse with needles, etc., razor blade. Oh God, it's no one wants to see that on the streets of the UK. But nonetheless, look at that 20-minute drive away to St Ives, which is a very famous holiday destination. Also, look at this. This is interesting. I've spoke about this 5 years ago now, that we are going to see private security on our streets here in the UK. Why? Because there is not enough police to deal with the rise in crime. It's inevitable. Every one of these security guards should have an SIA license, which is a blue badge, which should be visible at all times. It's hard to see in this photograph, but these guys, this guy might be having one on his arm there, fair enough. Maybe this guy as well. So if they are badged SIA licensed security, they have to go through a process. And let me tell you, the process is really easy. A clown could get an SIA license, okay? It's unbelievably ridiculous. But nonetheless, this is the quality of our security. I'm not judging these guys. I don't know who they are, but we're putting it out there that it's not just police, okay? Like, because then we're seeing crime going up. It's affecting local businesses, children living in poverty, etc. You can only imagine what this area is like at night time when the lights go out. So, yeah, that's what's been going on in Cornwall. Moreover, Camborne. It pretty much looks like a failing town when you see businesses closed, homelessness on the rise, charity shops are more prevalent. Yes, that is a failing town, unfortunately. So, yes. So that's what's been going on in Camborne, in Cornwall. This, like we said earlier, Birmingham. Okay, Birmingham is turning into be a real nightmare of a place to live, apparently. The homelessness situation in Birmingham is going crazy. This was a 6 day ago. This was updated. We've already spoken about Birmingham is actually bankrupt. Okay. Newsflash, spoiler alert, if you didn't know, all councils are private limited companies, and this is no different. Birmingham City Council is a private business that has gone bust, hence bankruptcy. So public services are failing. So you're talking about all of the bins, water, electricity, all of these things are literally being left by the wayside. Look at this, 10,000 and counting, record number of homeless kids in the city as the scandal worsens. Like a prison, the tower block for homeless families that has a 8 p.m. curfew and no visitors are allowed. Wow, that sounds like a fantastic place to live. 3 ways Birmingham Council wants to tackle traumatic cycle of homeless. Yes, it's very crazy in Birmingham right now. If you're in Birmingham, let everyone know what it's actually like. You the guys and girls that live there. Is this true? Is this being fabricated? It'd be really good to know what's really going on. We visited Birmingham area, thrust into the world spotlight, now blighted by fly tipping and broken promises. Yeah. Man climbs onto a Birmingham homeless centre roof, sparking a huge police response and a cordon. Wow. So you got problems of rent going up. People can't afford stuff. We've got migrants, as you can quite clearly see here, setting up camps all over the place. Wow. Birmingham City Council may have to pay homeless women thousands after an 11-month wait. Wow. And we already know the Birmingham City Council is officially declared bankrupt. I've done a video on it last year, and there's been many others as well. Any of you watching the live chat right now, let everyone know where the other places are, but there is 6 from my last count. I visited homeless couple living inside Roundabout for years and was stunned by their story. It just goes on and on and on and on. Okay, that's just Birmingham. This shocked me a bit. I found it hard to let it sink in, but nonetheless, it's what we're being told. This happens to be the British Bullshit Corporation story. Record number of homeless children housed by council. Okay, sounds intriguing. This is the 16th of August, as you can see there. So that's 4 days ago. Today's the 20th of August, 2024. A place called Trafford. Okay, I think that's Manchester way, because we've all heard of Old Trafford. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really know. It's just a guess. So we scroll down. Look at this. More than 150,000 children are being housed in temporary accommodation. 150k. Unbelievable. I'm struggling to let that sink in, actually. The council has employed a leader in the private sector to help find more temporary homes, with the aim of reducing the number of families staying in emergency accommodation, such as B&Bs and hotels. Wow. Isn't that a bit crazy? In the last 4 years especially, we've had a massive, huge, overwhelming surge of fighting age males pouring into hotels and B&Bs all over the UK. Now, I've already spoken about the potential problems that that's going to have to local independent business that rely heavily on tourism, and the problem with local females going out of a night out, with all of the problems that are happening and have been widely reported. We've already spoken about that. But what we didn't see coming, maybe, I don't know, we didn't see that because of all of the B&Bs and hotels and hostels were being filled with these male-only migrants from all over parts of the world, it's left a great big vacuum for people who are in genuine difficulties that have no home. Okay, now let me tell you this. If you're one of the guys and girls that mock people because they're homeless, think again. How would you like it if it happened to you? Because let me tell you this, most of the homeless on the streets of the UK have a bona fide reason to be there. Okay, now I'm not blind, I'm not stupid. I do know that there is a percentage of these people who are, they're called professional beggars. Okay, they go out there and they've got a story. It's all done staged purposefully. They go out there and they sit down or whatever it is, and they don't do anything. They just beg. Now, some of these people belong to gangs, so they're being told to do this. At the end of the day, they go and meet somewhere, they get picked up, and they pull all of their money, and it's just like human trafficking, organised crime. I'm not silly. I'm aware that goes on. Okay, but the vast bulk of people that are homeless have literally been there for a series of unforeseen events. Okay, they lost their job. They found it hard to get another one. They still had to pay the bills in the meantime. Maybe they did get a job, but because all of the bills didn't get paid because they weren't working for whatever reason, they couldn't pay their rent and they were being evicted. And all of a sudden, they find themselves on the streets. Now, there's a saying, this goes back for a long time now, where free paychecks, I hate that term because it's American, we are free wage slips away from being homeless. So think about that for a second. How many of us have got loads and loads of money stashed in the bank or whatever it is? Probably not many of us. So what would happen, right, if you didn't have any wages for 3 months? Just imagine how much debt you would be in, all of the bills that you've got, all of the credit cards and loans and God knows what else if you guys have done that sort of thing. It's all got to be paid back. If you didn't earn any money and you waited to get some help from the government, say going on benefits or whatever it is, and you're waiting, it takes ages. The benefit system in the UK is being overwhelmed and overrun. It's just a shit show, as my partner would call it. It's true. It's in chaos. So if you want to get help from the government, expect a long wait, expect an overcomplicated procedure, expect to be examined in every orifice that you've got, because they want every frigging detail about you. So if you respect your privacy, if you do end up in a situation where you need to sign on, or whatever it's called now, expect a load of nightmares. So lots of people are living on the streets, maybe because there's lots of migrants who have taken up the hotels and the B&Bs. Maybe there's some truth in that. Don't know. This is an open debate, so let me know what you think, whether it's in the comment section, etc. Okay, right, let me just come out of that, because we've already looked at rent disparity. Here is just a little search that anyone can do on their search engine. I've just chosen to do Chrome. It's not my main one, but I choose it because lots of people do. So it's just easy, everyone can see. So yeah, look, England, migrant tent cities. This guy has done a YouTube video on it. It's unbelievable. This is Park Lane, Mayfair in, yeah, you know, the very exclusive part of the world in London. It's happening all over, okay? Dublin, they've got big problems out there. Not just Dublin, but all sorts of parts of Ireland. And so let me know what it's like in many parts outside Dublin in Ireland. Wow, look, this is the Wall Street Journal, so that could be in the US. I don't know. All we are seeing is pictures. Now, do you know what? This is another thing which I've been noticing a trend. Now, I really want to have your help and guidance and input into this. Is how many times have you been on social media, or indeed probably mainstream media, whatever floats your boat, right? How many times have you been presented with some video footage, a photograph, but they haven't given you the full story? You're just seeing a snippet. You're just seeing a guy getting beat to shit, but you don't know what the situation is. Maybe it's justified. Right or wrong, that's just how it is. But we are not being presented with the full facts. And you know what's been happening? Like before the Olympics, stuff has been released about certain things, stabbings and stuff, which we've already talked about. But the full picture, i.e. the name, identity, whatever it is, hasn't been released for about 10 days. So that gives enough time for the masses to get really triggered and wound up. Okay, this is all being by design. We're all being played. We're all being manipulated, because they know more people watch social media than television. Why wouldn't they create accounts to post content, and it's appearing to be natural, cheaply, poorly made, organic? Okay, what's from stopping some nefarious organization having lots of these websites, etc.? Personally, I don't believe a thing that comes from GB News. I don't give a shit about Redacted. I've got serious doubts about those two media outlets, and I will not literally entertain them at all. I think it's very suspicious how rapid they've grown, how much money that's been invested into that, whilst appearing to be grassroots alternative media. Bullshit. I call bullshit. And if you want to believe every word that comes out of GB News and Redacted, more fool you. What that tells me is that you haven't been awake for very long, and this seems okay. Work harder, okay? Work a lot harder. The truth's out there. You need to spend time. And if you're not prepared to spend time looking, well, guess what? You're not going to know much. And that's hard truths. It's true. Check this out. So this is again 20th of August. This report came out on the 10th of July and was updated on the 12th of July. Okay, so look at this. We are not going anywhere. Up to 100 homeless migrants. Well done, they've got that right. They are migrants. They're not asylum seekers. They're not immigrants. They're migrants living in Tent City opposite the Dorchester on Park Lane. Can you believe it? Yes, this is true. I've got a friend who works in that area, and I want to catch up with him and see what he knows, because he absolutely knows all this. Park Lane, look at this, West 1 postcode. Yeah, this is true. We're talking residences from 5 million up to 80 million pounds, depending on the size, fit and finish of the properties. a very, very affluent area in London, and we are seeing this right on their doorstep. So ask yourself this: if this can happen there, it can happen anywhere. It can happen anywhere. Okay? No joke, no BS. This is happening. So, for some reason, the internet signal's gone funny. It's a bit strange considering it's plugged in. It'd be interesting to know if you guys can still see and hear me okay. It's a bit blurry, is it? Okay, thanks, honey. It's gone back to normal now, so that was weird. Oh, thank you ever so much to Sealand, Australia. Coming here soon. Yeah. This this does appear to be the West, not just the UK. Okay, so we are talking Ireland, Northern Ireland, all over England, Wales and Scotland. We're talking Paris and France, Spain, Italy. I know for a fact those places are, and some parts in America. I'm not sure about America. I know that Los Angeles has got a big problem with tented communities. What about anywhere else in America? Is it just Los Angeles? I highly suspect there's a few more, but without me spending time looking into it, I don't really know. So it just helps if we got some of you guys seeing all of this stuff. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? But I suspect that we are going to see huge levels of crime and disorder happening all across the West all the time we have tents on our streets. Okay. Like I said, there's probably reasons why this is happening. There's probably a reason why it's not being highlighted on the mainstream. But the locals, us guys who live in these areas, we know. We're not, someone didn't come along and set up all of these tents to make it look like someone's staying there and put little bodies in sleeping bags. No, some people are in traffic, they're in their works van and they're watching these tents get unzipped. These migrant guys are getting out with their phones and doing God knows what. It's happening. It's real. I'm not dramatizing it. I'm just reporting. This is all I do. All I do is find what I can and I share it. And I urge people to get prepared in any way they can. There's no way that I'm going to dramatize anything. We're just talking of the facts here. Right. So you guys who have been helping support the channel behind the scenes, I really appreciate it. It's really, really come at a crazy time. I've had all sorts of things going on with my internet. I've had crazy things happen to my YouTube account and X as well. So yeah, any support that you can, there's links below with PayPal, Ko-fi, buy me a coffee. Them things work great, and I really do appreciate your help. Not only that, some of you guys have been buying these as well. There's currently 10% off. There's a link underneath and the discount code, and you can order these. You basically get 5,000 litres of clean, safe drinking water anywhere in the world, guaranteed. It's made in the UK. I won't support some cheap Chinese crap. If you want to try that stuff, fine. It's up to you. So yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you ever so much for everyone who's been sharing my videos. It does help it get out. Okay, so you just copy the share link, paste it wherever you can on your groups, on Facebook, on Twitter, on WhatsApp, on Telegram, wherever it is. If you share it, I really, really am appreciative. Obviously, if you hit the thumbs up, great, that really helps. And if you want to get more content and you want to get notified, you have to subscribe and you need to hit that notification bell to all notifications. It really, really helps. And lastly, but not least, everyone who's a moderator, keeping this clean, because I know we're going to get idiots, we're going to get jealous arseholes, we're going to get trolls, bots. It just happens. It's just a sign of the time. So all of the moderators, you've got the power to put them in timeout and delete them. Don't be scared to block. All of you moderators are strong with your big blue spanners. Don't take no shit. Any disrespect on here, whatever it is, wham, put them in a timeout. If they carry on, block them. I actively endorse anyone to be blocked who's a disrespectful arsehole. Simple as that. We ain't got time for that. Anyway, there will be a live stream this evening. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. Stay funky.